Well, good morning to you. What a beautiful day we have today. It's sunny. Karen and I are back for our little jaunt and just look forward to the Vicksburg movie. should be should be interesting. But I have to say something. You folks who work in the hospitality service industry, that means hotels, restaurants, things like that. Okay. Those of you who work in those services, you really got to love your job. I understand that, just like retail, I mean, you get burnout with people who are, Karens and entitlement and just ugly people, but there's a lot of good people too. Now, don't get me wrong there. I'm not bashing on this industry. But this hotel that we were at, the Red Roof Plus Suites in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Oh my gosh. What a train wreck that place was. Amenities, appearance, the staff. Oh my God. It was atrocious. And I am sure glad I had the opportunity to review and rate. I went through bookings.com, and of course, they wanted to survey our experience. Well, I definitely gave them the truthful assessment of our experience, not to mention Google. So if you ever go to Vicksburg, which is a rich and vibrant experience, if Red Roof, this facility is your consideration to stay, and I've in my travels I've stayed in a lot of hotels and motels. Some were not the best, but this one, run, just run. I mean, now the room was clean. It was simply laid out. That's fine. But all the other attributes and location to what we wanted to go see was good. But all the other attributes that contributed to that experience, run. I'm telling you. The owners or the group that oversees these properties, they should be ashamed of themselves. And I know they're probably saying, yeah, there's 1,000 people behind you that's waiting to frequent our property. And that may be the case. But if you get enough people to give negative, this gentleman came in the wrong way, but he'll figure it out, I'm sure. These people, what was I saying? Oh yeah, these people receive enough not so positive reviews, they may rethink their business operations and maybe seek to do some improvement, maybe throw a little money at it, maybe training. I don't know. But here's one thing. I just got to tell you this. I mean, in all the facilities, in all the lodging that I've stayed at, and Karen and I have stayed at, all of them had some form of being able to make a cup of coffee in the morning, because people wake up at different times. Not this place. No, they have a continental breakfast that consists that begin at 6 a.m. and end at 9 a.m. And the first morning at 6 a.m., I went out and got Karen and I a cup of coffee, and it consisted of a thermos with black coffee in it. I mean, they had, you could put sugar and cream in there, but and then I go, well, let me go check out the continental breakfast, thinking that maybe there's some fresh bagels, some cream cheese, maybe some fruit, cereal, so a continental breakfast, right? No, they had this janky ass waffle maker, and that was it. You made a waffle. I'm like, are you serious? Anyway, so by 7 o'clock, roughly close to 7 o'clock, I Karen said, "Well, I'm going to go get some more coffee. You want some more coffee?" I said, "Yeah, sure." She went out there and she came back. She says, "Well, we're going to have to split this cup of coffee because they ran out. They're not replenishing it." I said, "What?" Yeah. Only one thermos. And I don't know if this is a three-story hotel. I don't know if that thermos served the entire 3 stories, or there was a thermos on each floor. I don't know. But I said, okay, well, we wound up going to a delightful coffee house and getting coffee. But the next day, there was no continental breakfast. They had run out of supplies. So there was no coffee. There was no waffle making. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is up with this? And I don't understand. No coffee maker in the room where someone can make themselves a cup of coffee. I've never experienced that before. So that was our experience. There was a whole lot more, especially with the staff. It's like, you guys need to go back to training. You need to improve your skill sets on how to work within this type of industry, because you're failing miserably. And my first interaction, we got there about, I don't know, 1:30. We knew check-in was at 3, but I wanted to discuss a payment. I wanted to use a different card than what I reserved. Well, I can't check it. She was real curt and she was real brash, and she wasn't even behind the desk. She come around from a corner, and I said, she says, well, check-in's at 3. I said, yes, I understand that. I just want on file a different credit card to you. Well, I can't do anything until you check in. I'm like, okay. So when I checked, and that immediately shut me off. I mean, I'm being, kind, friendly, and everything. But when that first interaction hit, Stone Cold Sylvester right here. I mean, it is brass tacks. Don't greet me. Don't do anything. It is strict transactional business. And that was that. Housekeeping didn't exist. We come back after our little excursion the first day, thinking that there was going to be housekeeping. They're going to come pick up the towels and washcloths and maybe make the bed, maybe take out the trash. Come back. Nope. I had to go back that evening to the front desk, and I asked the gal. It was a different gal this time. I asked her. I said, I need fresh towels from our room, and she gave me some fresh towels. But it was like, it's almost like you just inconvenienced these people. And I'm like, oh Lord, I can't wait to review this property. Anyway, well, that's pretty much the short end of it as far as the hotel. The hotel experience was the most brazen experience I think I've ever encountered in my travels. And yeah, you ever go to Vicksburg to stay? Do not. I suggest strongly that you seek properties other than that property. All right, there you have it. Have a blessed day. Always say hi to someone. Say good morning to someone. You never know it could change their life, and that's always worth it. All right. Have a blessed day.